This is Jill Mattingly, and I am going to show you how to use the Google Takeout service. What Google Takeout allows you to do is to transfer all of your Google data, such as your bookmarks, your drive files, your contacts, etc., from your school account to another account service. And this can be a personal Google account or another service such as a Dropbox. The reason that you need to do this is your school account will no longer be accessible after you leave Oldham County. So to transfer your information to another Google account, what you will do is go to the web address takeout.google.com/transfer, and you can see that up there at the top. It'll take you here to this website for transferring your content. Now, the steps are numbered. The first step is to put in your personal Gmail account. So you can see that I have entered mine already here, and then you press next. And then it wants to verify your destination Google account. So you can see here that it told me to check my email for a confirmation code. What it wants to do here is to make sure that if I'm transferring this information to the account, that I'm transferring it to an account that I do actually own. So it did send me a code that I need to enter here. And then I click verify. Now, one thing about this confirmation code is that it's very temporary. It only is good for 24 hours, and it's also very finicky. So you have to make sure that once you do send off for that code, that you do use it quickly and you do type it accurately, or you'll have to request a new one. So I'm going to click verify, and you can see that it verified here my account. So then it wants to know what content do I actually want to transfer from my school account to my personal account, and it automatically has my drive selected for me. We don't use Gmail in Oldham County, so that is not an option for me to turn that on and to transfer it. So then I would click Start Transfer. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to take my information with me right now, but that is how it would work and how it would transfer that information for you. As an alternative, if you are not going to be immediately transferring your Google data to another Google account, you can just download everything into a zip file. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. First, in your browser, you're going to navigate to takeout.google.com and press enter. The entire list of G Suite options loads at the bottom, and by default, they are all selected. I'm going to click on deselect all because I don't have things in every feature of this that I want to keep. So I'm going to go through and just select the things that are important to me. So for example, in Chrome, I may want to keep my bookmarks. So I'm going to select that. I may have developed a website for a class that I want to keep. So I'm going to select that as well. If I go on down, here's my Google Drive. I definitely want that. Then I also have, here are my different options. One that's important to me is my Google Keep. And then lastly, if you go to the very bottom, you'll notice that YouTube is an option. So if you have developed any sort of videos for your classes and you want to be able to keep those for later, then you want to make sure you check mark that as well so it downloads your YouTube videos as well. Then you're going to press Next Step and choose your delivery method. So by default, it sends the link a download for it via your email, but there are additional options in here such as adding it to a Dropbox account or adding it to a Microsoft OneDrive account if you have one of those. I'm going to leave it on the default of sending me a link via email. I'm going to leave the frequency at 1 because I'm just taking this with me. File type and size. So I'm going to leave this on the zip file. You do have two options here, but I'm leaving it again on the default of zip. And then how big do you want those zip files to be? The default is 2 GB, but there are other options within here. And again, this depends on what you're putting it on or where you're sending it to. For example, I'm going to leave it on 2 gigabyte because the delivery method I'm going to send through is email, and maybe my email will not accept anything over the 2 gigabyte size. But again, that just depends on what you're doing with it. Then I'm going to click Create Export, and it tells me that Google is creating a copy of files for the 5 products that I selected.
Okay, so as you can see, I have received an email from Google that says my archive is ready and that it contains my bookmarks, Blogger, my sites, my drive, and my mail data. And it'll be available for me to download until May 17th because you do only have 1 week from the time that you download that archive for you to get it downloaded permanently onto your computer. Now, if you'll remember in the settings that we chose, we told it to do no more than 2 gigabytes of data per folder. So in this case, with the amount of things that I needed it to save, it created 6 different download folders of data for me to click on. So once you click on Download Archive, it wants you to verify that, yes, this is you trying to download your data. And then you'll see down here at the bottom, your zipped folder begins its download process. Now, alternatively, I'm going to exit out of this because an alternative that you can do is you can go back to your takeout.google.com, and where it says Manage Archives, then you have your archived options here too. So I can click Show Exports, and all 6 of those archives that I created are listed here as well, and I could download them individually through here as well. So once you have it downloaded, you have that zipped file downloaded, it usually goes into a downloads folder on your computer. This is what that zip folder looks like for me. It says Takeout. It's got a bunch of numbers and things here. It's in a compressed zipped folder, and it's time stamped for me here as to when I did it. Now, to get things out of a zipped folder, if you've never done that before, you select it, and then you right click, and you click on Extract All. Once this pops up here, you click Extract, and then it's going to take everything out of that zipped folder and just put it in a regular folder. Because a compressed zipped folder takes up much less space on your computer than one that is open. So you want to leave it zipped until you are ready to actually use it. So I have already done that because this folder contained 2,774 files, I think, in just the one folder. So when it unzips a folder, it usually puts it at the top. So here's that exact same folder that has been unzipped, and I can open it up here, show you what's inside. Here is all my Blogger stuff. Here is my bookmarks. Here is my Google Drive, and you'll notice inside of my Google Drive, it kept all of my folders that I had created inside of my Google Drive, and if I opened up these, it would also show you that it created all of my documents for me. Now, something that I want you to note, though, is that these documents here were not originally Microsoft documents. Be aware of what happens when you create a zipped folder. What Google does is it creates an offline format of everything in your Google Drive. So all of my Google Docs became a Word document. All of my Google Slides became a PowerPoint document. All of my Google spreadsheets became a Microsoft spreadsheet. So everything is now in an offline format now that I have downloaded it into this zip file. So now I'm in my personal Google Drive account, and let's say that I downloaded a zip folder. That zip folder, because I wasn't sure that I needed a personal Google account, I wasn't sure that I needed really anything in my school Google account, but I went ahead and downloaded it just in case. Later on, I've decided that I need it. I've created myself a Google account and I need to get all that information in here. How do I do it? So first of all, you need to change a setting in your Google Drive. And the setting that you need to change, you go up to that top right-hand corner and you click Settings. And this is what you want to do. You want to check mark Convert Uploaded Files to Google Docs Editor Format. Because I told you in that zipped folder right now is all Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents. And if you check mark this button here, when you upload that folder, all those documents, it's going to convert them back into their original Google Docs format or Google Spreadsheets or Google Slides, whatever it is that you were using, it's going to convert them back into that. So make sure you check mark that button and then press Done. Now you're going to go over and go to New, Folder Upload, and navigate to wherever your Takeout folder is stored. Here's mine. And here's my Drive folder, and there's all the folders that was inside of my Drive. And then I would click Upload, and the upload of all of my school Drive folders would then immediately start into my personal account. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to press Cancel. So something else that I want you to take note of is that files that you have shared access to currently in your school account, you will also be able to download into your Google Takeout, regardless of your access level.
I know this video has been quite thorough, but I hope you now understand how to transfer your school Google information to a personal account, and also how to download the information into a zip file and upload it at a later date if you need it. Thank you for watching.